Өнөөдрийн 4 цуврал нэвтрүүлгийнхаа 2 дугаар хэсгээр ухамсарт ертөнцид амьдрах үе мэс заслын эмчийн ухамсарын гүнд хийсэн аялал номын зохиолчид доктор Эбен Александр болон хадагтай Карен Ньювэлтэй хийсэн ярилцлагаа үргэлжлүүлэн хүргэж байна. 2008 онд доктор Эбен Александр менингит өвчин тусаж бактери нь түүний тархийг ноцтой гэмтээснээр амьдрал нь гинт оронгоороо эргэжээ. Чадварлаг мэс заслын эмч доктор Александр уг өвчнөр гүн комд орох үедээ алдарт Харвардын анагаах ухааны их сургуульд 15 жил мэс заслын хичээл заасан байв. Гайхамшигтай нь тэрээр ганцхан 7 хоногийн дараа сэргдэг. Гэвч тэрхүү 7 хоногт зарим зүйлс өөрчлөгдөж түүнд гайхалтай явдлууд тохиолдсон байна. Тэрээр клиник үхэлд орсон нь түүнийг ухамсарын хит хитэн төвшөнд авчин ертөнцийн талаарх ойлголтыг нь бүрэн өөрчилсөн ажээ.
As people who study near-death experiences will tell you, the near-death experience can shake your cage tremendously and force you to reject pretty much everything you've ever accepted as reality. Because you question it all. It's a curiosity about a fundamental nature of reality to where we're not just believing what others believe. We go based on personal experience. And this is why so much of my journey of discovery in the last 10 years has involved an exploration of consciousness, meditation, going within. That's why my work with Karen Newell, I think, is so important. As the co-founder of Sacred Acoustics, she is able to bring very powerful differential sound frequency brain entrainment software to help people get into very deep transcendental meditative states. And I discuss in Living in a Mindful Universe some very specific examples of how such deep meditation and going within has given me unbelievable gifts in the form of understanding, trying to make sense of my NDE.
Доктор Александрыг клиник үхлээс сэргсэний дараа хүн түүнд клиник үхлийн туршлага, физик, сансар судлал зэргийн тухай уншиж судлахаасаа өмнө санаж байгаа бүхнээ бичгийг зөвлөжээ. 6-7 хоногийн дараа тэрээр гайхамшигт аяллахаа эхний тэмдэглэлээ дуусгахад нийт 20,000 үгтэйгээр бичигдсэн байв. Эдгээр нь түүний Нью-Йорк Таймс-ын борлуулалтаараа тэргүүлэгч Деважин байдгийн баталгаа гэх мэт номуудын суурь болсон юм.
And from that point on, I was ushered to higher and higher levels because those swooping orbs of angelic choirs above that were fueling these incredible festivities in this beautiful ultra-real valley, those swooping orbs and the musical power that they were emanating as chants and anthems and hymns served as yet another portal to higher and higher levels, all of four-dimensional space-time collapsing down. What I call deep time, a whole different ordering of causality relevant to our souls and soul growth, also collapsing down, until I had the whole higher dimensional multiverse collapse down as this complex oversphere for purposes of teaching. And in that realm, I was in what I call the core, and the best analogy I can use is like on the oscillating edge of a black hole, where you oscillate between just the pure oneness of the divine, infinite, loving force at the core of the universe and the first separation from that oneness into the many different layers that we see as spiritual layers all the way down into the material world. And I would oscillate through those various regions several times. And of course, that journey is what I discuss in the 3 books and the lessons that have come from it. Many came originally, but a tremendous amount of the power of a near-death experience comes in the years and decades afterwards of trying to make sense of it all. So it all began with Proof of Heaven, and then this is an anniversary edition that has 32 additional pages that I think are very, very enlightening. And then, of course, there is Map of Heaven that came out about 2 years later that pretty much talks about the generalization of my experience because millions and millions have had similar experiences and we need an explanation. And then finally, this book that just came out in October of 2017, co-written with my loving life partner, Karen Newell, Living in a Mindful Universe, which really goes the distance in terms of trying to synthesize science and spirituality, because that is what the current era is challenged with, is exactly what we address in this book.
Сэтгэл сэргээ мэдээлэл авахар түр завсарлаа. Supreme Master телевизээр тун удахгүй иргэн уулзцгаая. Ухамсагч ертөнцид амьдрах үед доктор Александр болон хатагтай Карен Ньюэлтэй хийсэн ярилцлагын 2 дугаар хэсэгтээ эргэн тавтаа морилно. Доктор Александрын клиник бүхлийн туршлага нь бодит байдал болоод хүний ухамсарыг ойлгох гол түлхүүр болж байгаа бөгөөд бид бүхэн сүнслэг байдал, өөрсдийн сүнсээ болон материалын бус ертөнцийг үзэх үзлээ дахин нэг харахад хүргэдэг. Доктор Александрын аялын шинжлэх ухааны боломжууд цаад гүн ойлголт зэргийг шинжилж үзээд хатагтай Ньюэл болон доктор Александр нар орчин үеийн шинжлэх ухаан болон сүнслэг байдлын хоорондын илүү бүрэн төгс зохицолтыг харжээ. Жишээлбэл доктор Александр болон хатагтай Ньюэл нар сэтгэл гутрал, хөнөөлт хар тамхины хэрэглээ зэрэг дэлхийн нийтийн хямралыг шийдвэрлэхэд сүнслэг байдал ямар тусдааг тайлбарллаа.
In 2016, it got to a point where more than 64,000 people died of drug overdoses in the United States, which eclipsed the number of people who had died in motor vehicle accidents. That I believe our secular culture, our materialist science, and the culture that it engenders is one that focuses on separation and also falsely focuses on competition. In fact, cooperation and collaboration are what really rule the biological world, not so much competition. And what we're finding is that really, especially when you look from the point of view of near-death experiences and the millions of souls who've been to the other side and come back, what they really come back telling us is that we are here to love each other. We are here to take care of the least, the last, and the lost, and not to compete for resources, but in fact to manifest that love for others, showing kindness and compassion.
But what we can do is to really make sure that all the people around us who may be having trouble like this, that they also look to their inner world, that they don't just look to external things, external solutions like pills and medicines, but that they try to find that connection, that peace inside. Our internal world is very important, and as each of us can really focus on filling those spiritual holes with spiritual matter, we will no longer have a need for prescription medicines to deal with things like depression. Well, spiritual matter is things like love and connection and inner knowing and confidence. And this we can all come to by finding that practice of going within.
But as a general rule, the deeper mystical traditions of all the great faiths support the notion of oneness, that we're sharing the one mind, that we're all in this together. And in fact, spirituality brings two major ingredients from my point of view. One is a sense of meaning and purpose in life, that we're here for a reason, that our life should serve something, we should bring some betterment to all of this world and to mankind. And also a sense of connection. This notion that's coming up in neuroscience and philosophy of mind that shows very strongly that we're all sharing one mind. We're basically sharing the dream of one mind, of that God force.
Ямар гайхалтай зурвас вэ? Ухамсарт ертөнцид амьдрах үе болон доктор Александрын бүтээлийн талаар дэлгэрэнгүй мэдээллийг дараах хаягаар авна уу? Эбен Alexander.com ариун авиа судлалын талаарх мэдээллийг дараах хаягаар авна уу? sacredacoustics.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Eben Alexander, and you are watching Supreme Master Television.
Өнөөдрийн нэвтрүүлгээр бидэнтэй хамт байсан үзэгчид та бүхэндээ баярлалаа.